Good morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at, whenever you're joining in for this video. Hey, let's welcome to another box challenge. So I started a while ago. Actually, last year, I shouldn't say that. I started last year thinking I'd do this just for my birthday. But, oh man, talk about glue. But I started buying the nickel boxes to fill up a book and album. And this is no longer my birthday, but this is book box number 3 for the Hunt and Fill. And let's just take a look here. Box is getting in my way, so pardon for the camera work. But we do have a circulated set. Looks like we got a couple good oldies in there. Nice worn on there. Nice and dirty. No silver. That one's going to be a nice old one. No silver enders, at least on this side that I can see. But definitely some old ones. So we will start on roll number 1 here. Hunt and Fill. I'm looking for those 1959 and earlier. Looking for silvers, of course, those war nickels, those low mintage nickels, and anything we could add to our box, or our book. I did have with that last battle, I did have 2024s arrive in there, so I do have both, 77, and that's about it. That's jumping out at me. All right, so we do have the 2024s. So, but we'll look for more of those along the way. I will look for doubles, DDRs, DDOs, anything that jumps out at me, and I will bring you back in for any finds we have along the way. All right, folks, here we are, roll number 5, giving us our first semi-significant find. I'll say it that way. This one came up with a 1941, so it's our first find from the 40s, and that is a Philadelphia, 1941 Philly. Of the other finds so far in these first 5 rolls, and didn't bring you in for, is we did have a 1970 and a 1969. Both of those are San Francisco mint. So as always, I pull out anything from the San Francisco mint. Being here on the East Coast, we don't see those, so those will go into my S Mint collection. And then we did have in roll number 4, minor find here. That is a 1958, and that is Denver. So very common coin, 1958 Denver, and now a 1941 Philly. So bring you in for the next find. All right, folks, here we are, roll number 14, and haven't had one of these in a while. This is the 1939 Philadelphia. And of course, we always want to check here just real quick for any kind of doubling in that Monticello, and not seeing it. So 1939, and other finds up to this point, just a couple earlier I didn't bring in for. We did have a 1955, very common coin there. It's a 1955 Denver. So those are the only finds so far. Roll number 14. I'm going to get back to it and bring you in for the next find. All right, folks, here we are on roll number 23. Bringing up another 1946. Good year. And that is 1946 Philadelphia. In an earlier roll, we did have our first foreign find. We did have a 2005 Canadian, but that's been it for the finds over these last several rolls. So get back to searching, and I'll bring you back in for the next find. All right, here we are on roll number 25, halfway through the box, just starting off on this roll, and look at that, coming in face forward, obverse. Look at that, 1941. And that is a Denver mint mark. So 1941 Denver. Add that to our collection in their finds, and I'll bring you back in for the next one. All right, folks, here we are on roll number 34. Bring you back in finally. We'll go over some coins here, but this one coming up at 1940. 40. What is going on with my focus? 1940, and that is a Philadelphia, no mint mark. So we have a 1940 Philadelphia. And in those last couple rolls, since the last time I've brought you in, let's see, these are a couple of the other finds we have. We have a, these up one by one, 1969 San Francisco. Again, that San Francisco I just collect for it being a San Francisco. We have a 1970 San Francisco. We also have, and I'm just double checking here, that's it for the San Franciscos, but we have a very dirty, ugly 1959 Denver. We have a 1958, a little better condition, common coin though, 1958 Denver as well. And then the last one we have here is our 1954. And that also is a Denver. So the 1950s of the significant finds, we have the 1950s bring us Denver mints, 54, 58, 59, and then a 1940 Philadelphia. Bring you in for the next finds. All right, folks, here we are, roll 37, and look at that. Just thumbing through these. That's the nice thing, I get to see the edge. Didn't look at anything different from the edge. I get to see that coming face up, and it does have a mint mark. Let me pull this one out, make it easy for us. I got nice Denver mint. Pretty good condition. Wear and tear there. But now let's see the date in 3, 2, 1. Is there a date? Oh my gosh, look at that. I look at that date. Clear and crisp. A lot of detail still in there. 1937 Denver Buffalo. This is a lower mintage. I'll put the mintage up there. But a fun coin, Buffalo. This is the first Buffalo I found in circulation in a long time. So glad to see that. 37 rolls into the box. Oh, let's get back. Let's finish this up here first. In the last couple rolls, since I brought you in, nothing too significant. We did have a 1956 Denver, really beat up on there. And of course, we have our standard 1969 and 1970 San Franciscos to add to my collection. But man, what a find. Nice, clear date. I haven't seen a date like that for a while. Not nickedated at that. 1937 Denver Buffalo to add to the collection. I think I'm definitely going to need to get a Buffalo book now. So anyways, back to the hunt, and I'll bring you in for the next find. All right, folks, here we are. What are we on? We're on roll number 38. So just bringing you in for the good find. We just came up. This is actually the second of this box, but we have a 1940, 40. Well worn, sees its age, no mint mark, so that is a 1940 Philadelphia. Of the other finds we've come across in the last couple, I did bring this one out. And this is definitely a book upgrader, 1989. I was looking at that shine, caught my eye. Other notable finds were from the 50s. We got 1952, and that is a Denver mint. We had a 1954, also from the Denver Mint. And we had a 1958 from the Denver Mint. So all the 50s I always get are from the Denvers. 1958, 1952, and 1954. So 3 from the 50s, another one from the 40s, and a book upgrader. I'll bring you in for the next find. All right. Those last couple rolls did give us some good finds. We did find another. I think this is our second foreign find. Ooh, Canadian, 1984. So a modern Canadian nickel. But that's our foreign collection. We do have, of course, a 1969 and a 1970. Those are San Francisco mints, so I do add those to my collection on there. But of the significant finds, the first find I did not bring you back in for was this 1957 common date. Oh, maybe not. 1957 Philadelphia. Usually I find those for Denver mints, so I'm going to take a look at that. Put those numbers up top there for you. And we did have a 1941. And that is, let's pull this one up nice and close for you guys, because that's a little bit more rare. Look at that. That is a San Francisco. So we got 1941 San Francisco on that. Going to be a second here while I get the whole find all laid out here for you, and we'll give you a summary of this third box challenge, nickel box challenge, hunt and fill. All right, folks, here we are for the summary of the 50 roll, one full box hunt and fill nickel albums here. So we did have two foreign finds, and those were our Canadians. We had 1984 and a 2005 Canadian cents. Add that to my Canadian collection, which I still don't have a book for. We had one 1968 San Francisco. As I drop them, we had 4 1969 San Francisco mints. And again, I just collect all these San Franciscos because I'm on the East Coast and I don't get to see them that often. And we had 5 from the 1970, all from San Francisco mints here. So I will pull those aside for those rolls. Of the other interesting and fun finds here was this shiny, nice 1989 Denver. What made this special for me? Let's see if we can get it in here a little bit better for the focus. It looks like we're going to fumble with our focus, but there are some steps in there, minus that big chunk in the middle. We do have almost full steps there, full steps on the right side, almost full on the left, so that's definitely an album upgrader. So we're going to keep that one there for an upgrade. Best find of the challenge here was this beautiful 1937 Denver Buffalo. So beautiful, beautiful buffalo. It's the first buffalo I've found in quite a while. It's not the three-legged variety, but it's still a 37 nonetheless. We also had a 1939 Philadelphia on there, so that's completing those 30s. Going down here to our 40s, we have 2 from 1940 itself, so 3940, and we did have Philadelphia and Philadelphia. So both the 40s are Philly on there. We had 1, 2, 3 from 1941. Wrong way. Let's bring that back out a little bit. We had 3 from 1941, and let's make sure we had the one Denver, or sorry, the one San Francisco. Looks like Denver and a Philly. Let's just take a look. We got a complete set here out of this. And no mint mark. Denver, and that is an S, San Francisco. So our 41s, we got a complete triad out of there. That'll be a nice for the album. Full year, all three mint marks. And the other one from the 1940s was that 1946 Philly. And now for the 50s, we had a complete decade here. We have let's bring this back in a little bit. We have 1952. And that is a Denver mint. Yep, 1952 Denver. We had two 1954s. And those are Denver and Denver. But 1955 Denver mint. We had our two from the 1956. And that is Denver and Denver. So 256 Denvers. We have the 1957. And that is a Philadelphia. That was the odd one out. I knew I had one in here somewhere. We had three from the 1958. Just double check on all of these. We have Denver, Denver, and Denver. So three 1958 Denvers. And we had the one 1959, very dirty. And that is also from the Denver. So what I'm going to do now here, folks, well, we've got you in here. I just got to pull these out. We had no 20. We had no 2009s, 2009s. That's the more modern ones I'm missing for these albums right now, and I'll throw that out there. Let's go back out. So what we're looking at is box number 1, of course, gave us our best and initial find. We filled in 141 out of the 192 spots. Box number 2 gave us 13 more, giving us 154 out of those 192 spots. So, again, from the modern A book, I'm just looking at these. I know it's off camera. I'm only missing the 2009 P&D. I did get in that last book fill. We did get 2024 P&D out of that last book. We had not book box. We had none in this box. Of the 62 to 95, that is a completed book, but we were going to look at that 89 upgrade just to be sure. 88, 89, Denver. Let me just pull that out just so you can see as I'm fighting with the books here. Yeah, you can definitely see. A little bit better in condition, but really it's that backside that we wanted to look at, in particular the details. So this one's definitely going to be an upgrade. So put that one aside. Upgrade the 89D. And let's get this last book out. Make that note for one upgrade. Plus the Buffalo, but let's take a look and see here. So we needed 1939. That was Philadelphia, which I already have in the book. We had the 1940. We're looking for the 40S. And so, that's a fun part of doing this. There it is. So we were looking for the 40S is what we needed, and that's 40 Philly and 40 Philly. No mint marks on those, so those are not upgrades. 41, we had the P, D, and S out of those 41s, and I do need the D and the S. D, P, here we can put in 41S, if this cooperates, and 41D. No silvers, so we can skip that page there. What else did we have for our 40? And that was the 46 Denver, 46 Philly, which we already have. Put that one aside. Now let's take a look at all of our 1950s. 1952 Denver. Got 50, 51. Let's turn this page. 52 Denver. Hey, look at that. That is a book fill. 52 Denver. Oop. Put this over here. Let's take a look here. 54s. We had 54 Denver, 54 Denver, 53, 54 Denver. We have 6, 41. Yep. All right. We had a 55. That 55 is a Denver. 55 Denver. Another book fill. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 56. And that is Denver and Denver. So 56 Denvers we've got. 57 Philly. Look at that. There's number 5. These out from underneath there. We had a 58 Denver, which we've got. It's the Philly that we need. 58 Denver and a 58 Denver. And then that ugly 59, thankfully we do not need, so that will go in. So let's see here. So we've got 1, 2, which one was this? This was the 52 Denver. 3. Slide this over to our 41s, 4 and 5 additions to that book. Still got a lot of empty spots there, but only 3 books in. And let's grab a pen. Hopefully this one will write. Yep. All right. So box number 3 has given us 159 over 192, and that was plus 5. And we'll add in here, we had a Buffalo 37. All right, so there's our records, there's our tracker. Join me in a little bit for box number 4, see how well it does. And just to remind you guys, if you're enjoying these series, if you're having fun with these as I'm going through them all and filling this, or want to share, make those comments below on how your box challenges are going. And remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos as we go. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and happy hunting.